Hey guys, welcome into All Joe Madden here on Picks and Parlays. This is your early line report. Week 9 in the book, Sean, and we are looking ahead to week 10. Now, as we talk these early lines, of course, we haven't seen this Monday night football game yet. So we'll be a little cautious when we're talking about those teams, but we're looking at Thursday night football for week 10 here. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. Now, Denver, they've overexceeded my expectations this year. Now, they've had some bad games, but looking at their record, AFC West divisional matchup here, man, early lines, we are seeing them a 10-point favorite on some books, 9.5 on the majority, and we're seeing that total. It did open at 42.5. It's down to 41.5 on some books. Still 42.5's out there. What do you think of these lines thus far?
I mean, we saw yesterday. You don't lay those numbers. The Lions and the Chargers open up 7.5. They got a little bet up there to higher numbers. This one's opening up at that higher number, and short week you're thinking you got to take a division dog at this kind of price. Well, division dogs off OT like this one I saw on the X there, 5-25 on the short week against the spread. So 5-25 number here, and then I think you throw in the fact that just the Raiders have looked terrible, Joe. I mean, Geno has not looked good. I know Brock Bowers is back. The running back, I actually kind of like the over a little bit here. I know the total is, you think it's high because Raiders are bad, and I think Denver's going to score here. And again, it's tough taking the Raiders. Right, you want to take a home dog, a division dog in 10. I actually lean Denver. Like the way this season has been, and I know because I'm fighting 500 here in football, doing the favorites I cash in all left and right here. I do lean Denver. I won't be shocked at like a 30-10 kind of win here, right? Them blowing them out. Again, give me the over. I do like a couple guys to score here because I don't think the Rays are a good team. And maybe, we talked about this before. Max Crosby, maybe he's not on his team. Maybe a couple guys aren't on his team. I don't know how to
explode if that happens. If he gets traded this week before this game, what are we going to see Denver? 15-point, 14-point favor? That's got to be the line.
Who knows? Maybe Geno Smith goes to Cincinnati. I don't know. Maybe he goes to backup. Maybe he goes to backup.
Come on.
I'm just, you don't know. And then it could just be some random safety or a linebacker and some death gets dealt. The Raiders are in not position to be bringing people in, right? Yeah. That's the point I'm making here, is that I'm not looking to bet on a team who could be trading players and maybe a superstar player for that matter.
Yeah.
NFL's a weird trading deadline, right? But I'm definitely don't want to be involved in a team that could be dealing star players there. So I can't take the points. That's why I lean Denver. I do like some anytime tutties here, though. I like Harvey running back for Denver. Yeah. This gets pretty solid. Plus 145 is his anytime tutty. And I want to do a little, it is picks and parlays, Joe. So we'll parlay it up here with his buddy in the backfield, Dobbins.
Ooh.
You get both of these guys for a touchdown at plus 340 odds. And again, here's my thinking on this. It's a big spread. Yeah. They're going to get out to a lead. What are they going to do? Are they going to have Knicks throwing the ball all over the joint? No, they're going to be running the ball.
Yeah.
So I got a little double-headed monster here of two guys that scored a touchdown on plus 340. And I took the other kid to get it just because he was higher odds. Like everybody's gonna be on Dobbins. He's a starter, blah blah. So I'll take the 145 on Harvey, and I'll do both of them at plus 340 odds.
Like
again, the game plays out like I think it's gonna be, where Denver gets up early and it's not close. We're gonna run the ball, milk the clock. You need running backs to do that, so I'll take 2 to score.
I like it. I think this is going to be an interesting one in the AFC West. I can't trust Geno Smith and the Las Vegas Raiders, but one player that did feast on Sunday was Brock Bowers. So I think if you're circling anyone there for the Raiders, Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty would be your playmakers. Otherwise, I'd stay completely off. I love where you're looking with the running backs there because I don't really trust Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix. That connection hasn't always been there. And like you said, we should see the running backs coming through. Now, we do have a game over in Berlin. This one, 7:30 a.m. Eastern on a Sunday. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts coming off a disappointing loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I couldn't believe how strong the Steelers defense came out and how they forced Daniel Jones to make those mistakes. We're seeing currently this line opened at 7. We're seeing 5.5s out there for the Colts, 6 on Pinnacle. So 5.5 at the majority, 6 on Pinnacle. Total sitting solid at the opening of 48.5, except for Sports 411 does have a 48, Sean. What are your thoughts on these overseas games? Do you love run into the window or the kind of stay off sort of thing?
I did on this one, and I ran with the Colts last week at 6.5. Because I'm not a Penix guy, not at all. I do not like Atlanta. I don't think it's a good team. Now, this one played out a little different. The Colts were in a kind of tough little spot there on the road. Road faves are tough. You're playing Team Pittsburgh that was basically written off after giving up 68, 69 points, whatever they did to Cincy and Green Bay. You think it'd come in here in a blowout, a lot of points. It wasn't. Daniel Jones, bunch of interceptions. But that's why the lines come down here, right? So what do we see? We see the Colts play a terrible game against the I don't know how good or bad the Steelers are. And then we saw I don't know how to grade them.
Heckle and Jive or Heckle and Hyde. Is it Heckle and Hyde?
Jekyll and Hyde. Dr. Like my wife calls me Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Jackass. But
what did you do this weekend? You obviously didn't impress her.
And then we have the Falcons. Yeah, almost pulled it out against a good, right? The Patriot team's supposed to be good. They're 7-2. You look at the record. Oh, they're a good team. And I had the Patriots, and I had a good number of the Patriots. I had 2.5. I thought I was sitting pretty there.
Yeah, it looked like you were.
But again, I look at the Patriots record and who they played. That team lost to the Raiders at home. Mm-hmm. You beat not the best teams. Who are you beating? Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like you're the process of the both teams I look at have flaws. I mean, the Colts, let's be honest. Who have you beaten that are that good? You lost to the Rams. You should have lost to the Denver. You got a penalty called in your favor. Yeah. You beat a crappy Miami team. You haven't beat all that. 5, but I like the coach. I think, again, I'm going to go to coaches where I think I'm going to have a better edge. I think I have a coach edge. I got a veteran quarterback edge. Again, not that he's played in Europe, but it's better than the rookie. And Penix to me is a rookie.
Yeah, he is.
And, you see flashes from him. I'm still not impressed. Who'd you beat? You beat McCarthy on the road and they benched the guy. You lost 30-0 in Carolina. So you just came out with a nice emotional win in a close loss. But I'm still on the Colts. I think they're the better team. And, again, I don't have the best number, but that's all right. Listen, best numbers are not help. They did not help me yesterday having a best number. So it doesn't mean anything.
I know the live betting of those favorites when they first went down and then came back, like the Chargers and then the Steelers, I got them plus 9.5. So I was
going to say, we're talking about in the show, you had 9.5. We came in, it was 7.5. I'm like, I said, what have you seen on the Colts here? Take 7.5 with the Steelers to be worth a shot. And then they're mentioning you had the 9.5 earlier. So, yes, why wouldn't you take a 9.5? Like,
with Mike Tomlin at home, always look for those live betting numbers, you guys. So the Indianapolis Colts, if you shop it, you guys, there are 5.5s out there right now. The next game, and sorry, that is at 9:30 Eastern. My odds logic does update the times here for me. I always think it's East Coast when I first look at it. But the Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Jets, 11 a.m. my time, so 1 p.m. Eastern drop. This one has one of the lowest totals out there, 46.5. I'm seeing at FanDuel. We're seeing 47s on the majority of the other books out there. And the Jets are a 1.5 point to 2 point favorite on Caesars. Wow, 2.5 points on Pinnacle. I don't trust the Jets enough to lay points even at home. But what about this total, Higgs? Any thoughts on the early lines on this one?
Oh boy! I mean, I have a little banner in my chat. It's a 1-800-GAMBLER comes on. It's like, stop it, get some help. I mean, this is, you really want to run out here and bet this Jets Cleveland? Like, part of me wants to take the Jets because they've been competitive in their games. They could have beat Pittsburgh. They could have beat Tampa Bay. They're all, you switch around these close losses into wins, and it's a different squad. But a bad team would lose those games. Where on the flip side, you saw Cleveland pull out wins versus the Packers. You saw them almost pull win, right? You see them kind of edge games like that and get out of the
defense.
I don't know if
under 37.5 if you had to.
This is the problem with that. It looks so easy, right? Because you got a Cleveland defense versus a bad offense for the Jets. But that could also generate points, and all of a sudden, like, you're 37 points. You're a pick six or a fumble in your own territory away from this game being 17-10. It's going over the total. You got to lay touchdown here. It's no. This isn't over to me, and especially in today's football. You get a pass interference or some kind of nonsensical call, and then. Again, I have the best defensive player in Garrett, could easily make something happen to make short fields, right? Who's quarterback in the Jets?
Fields came out last week because Tyrod Taylor was injured.
But he's also on the string because the owner hates him. It's just one of those things where it looks real easy to do. The Jets could throw in the towel and be like, whatever. That guy's on it. He might never get a coaching job again. He's fighting for his life over there.
Yes.
And Cleveland, I think, is better than what they've put out. So I'm going to go over.
Okay, the over. Shop for those 36.5. So you guys, I'm seeing a 36.5 at DraftKings, FanDuel. Hard Rock just dropped to 36.5. Those lines are moving quickly. Another game that's ugly. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina
Panthers. Hopefully that game real fast, Joe. Again, that's, second weekend or whatever in November, first weekend. It's New Jersey. I don't know. It could be wintry mix. Check the weather. You don't know. It could be, again, wind is important, but who knows? I don't know what it could be like. You never know with those things. So.
Okay, so what about this other ugly game? This is another 1 p.m. Eastern matchup, the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers, Bryce Young is better at home. They're all the way up to a 6-point favorite on Sports 411. We're seeing a 4.5 at FanDuel, so huge difference in those lines from the 4.5 to the 6. That total opening at 39.5. We're seeing 40.5s out there. We're seeing some 40s. We're still seeing a 39.5 at FanDuel. So you guys open your Odds Logic page, shop those lines. I don't know, Sean, this is an ugly one. I don't want anything to do with it. Do you?
I do. I already bet Carolina. I took Carolina. Carolina is a playoff team right now. What are they? Like 5-3, 5-4. They're good at home. They win games at home. They beat Dallas here. Shut out those Falcons who everybody loves. I'm taking them here. Rookie quarterback.
Okay.
I'm kicking myself, Joe, for not taking the Rams yesterday. I know it was a huge 14, but I'm like, McVay versus a rookie quarterback, this is mismatching all over it. And again, Carolina is not in that coaching atmosphere, but still, it's back-to-back road starts for a rookie. Good luck. And Carolina, we could laugh. They're what, 5-3, 5-4? This is they're spunky. They're a spunky little group over there. Give me Carolina. I'm taking them. I took them already.
I'm getting goosebumps. The Carolina.
I got them 3 and 3.5. I took them at
nice. That line,
it's gone up. There's this 411 has a 6, and 411 is a sharp ass book, bro. That's
I'm glad you got the 3.5. You guys shop those lines. There's still 4.5s out there. The majority of the books moving up to the 5.5. And yeah, Sports 411 up to a 6. So get those lines. What about the Buffalo Bills coming off the emotional win on Sunday Night Football over the Kansas City Chiefs? Great to see Josh Allen look so solid out there versus Kansas City. Now we're seeing them versus the Miami Dolphins. They're a 9.5-point favorite, 10-point favorite on Sports 411. It opened at 8.5, and this just opened last night. You guys, we're recording here on a Monday. We're seeing totals of up to 50.5, moving up that 49.5. There are 50s out there as well. Can we see the points? Can we trust in Tua at home to put any points up? Or is this a letdown spot, dare I say it, for the Bills?
I like the points more than laying the points. I mean points meaning points on the board, not taking points with Miami. Tua's put up, you look at the scores, Joe. I mean, they're putting up like 20-something a game. They score some points. So, yeah, I have the Bills team off a big win, and they beat Kansas City, and I should have known better. I took Kansas City because I thought the defense and just the way they're playing, I was enamored and suckered in by their – like a shiny new toy after their slow start. But again, you look at that game, 28-21, that's tough football. That's not what Buffalo plays. Their defense is that's weak spot for Buffalo. So they're feeling good about themselves. Can they come out and play here bad? Yeah. Hello. How'd they do in Atlanta? They didn't look too good there off of a loss against a rival against the Patriots there. I could see them kind of playing down the competition. They did it at home versus these guys. I know Miami fans want the coach fired. They fired the GM. They're not going to fire the coach. This guy, he fired the old coach for not tanking. So the owner's like, you know what? Who cares? You lose, you lose. We'll just get a better draft pick and let the next guy worry about it. There's no
– the softest spot. Like, he's not going anywhere. If he hadn't been fired as of yet, there's no way.
If he gets canned, it's at the end of the year. It's at the end of the year. Why make a change?
Yeah.
Why make a change mid-season and then give your team a spot? Because all you're doing is hurting the next guy coming in.
Yeah.
If the team's going to be bad, let them be bad. Let's look for some Waddle prots here, like Waddle TDs, yardage for him. Again, I like the over. I think Tua's going to score a little bit.
Yeah.
And he Tua tackling a turnover. Maybe he throws a couple picks as well to help out getting over the total. But over the total is the only way I can look at this game.
Okay, guys, shop those lines. 49.5. We just saw Hard Rock drop from a 50.5 down to a 50. We got a 49.5 over on FanDuel as well as Pinnacle and Sports 411. Now we have the Jacksonville Jaguars coming off that overtime game, getting the win over the Raiders. That was such a sloppy game, Sean. We did see the lack of points, especially to start that game. Both defenses looking like solid defenses, which we know they aren't. The Houston Texans rolling in, though, at home in this one. That opening line was 2.5. We're seeing 1.5 basically across the board, except Pinnacle does have the 1. So more of that pick 'em, and that total has dropped from 41.5 down all the way down. I'm shocked by this 37.5 on DraftKings. We're seeing 38s though. Otherwise, is this total too low?
No,
this one is Stroud out, right? Concussion.
Yeah, well, that's why this is just right. Yeah. I mean, the quarterback is that you got a backup quarterback, and I like Davis Mills. I think he's a solid guy.
Looks good.
But the problem is with the Texans all season, they've had offensive line problems, they've had running back problems, they have wide receiver problems. This is an underplay for me. And the Jags, I'm not sold on the Jags team. This is, I had the Raiders yesterday. Like, why are the Jaguars favorite on the road? I can't really make a side here. Backup quarterback. Jags playing, for Trevor Lawrence's life. I know he's got the contract locked in, but that guy needs to win some games.
Does he ever?
For me here, this is just an underplay. I don't think the offense – it didn't do much with a healthy first-round overall pick in Aaron Stroud.
Yeah.
No offense to Davis Mills. I don't think it's going to do well now. You saw it yesterday. I mean, I had the Texans yesterday. 15-15. They were getting in and couldn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, and the whole play was just get it to Nico Collins, right? They used Nico Collins as a running back, as a wide receiver. It just was hand off to Collins or throw it to Collins. That's all they did yesterday after he went out.
The under. Yeah.
Okay, I like where you're going with that under. The New England Patriots coming off a game in which I was surprised with their outcome. What do you think of the Patriots yesterday? I was shaking my head at that one. They're going to take on Tampa Bay. The Bucs coming off a bye are 2.5-point favorite now across the majority of the books. It opened at 1.5, and we are seeing that total climbing from 47.5 up to 48.5 out there. What do you think of New England? They let that game go. They still won, right? They still won, but let it go.
They won 24-23 only because Atlanta missed an extra point, which crushed me because I had New England minus 2.5 before the lines takes off. Yeah. So I'm doubly annoyed. But that's not really the reason I'm taking Tampa Bay here. As I said, you got Tampa off a bye week. I am concerned at why this isn't at least a 3. But again, Joe, I think this goes into they see this shiny record for the Patriots, like, oh, this is a good team. I mean, we're just talking about it. They lost to the Raiders at home.
Yeah, they did. Good point.
I mean, you saw they blew a game yesterday to the Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, who'd you beat out here? I'm not enamored. And let's be honest, Baker, that guy, talk about a gamer. This dude's in. Oh, we're down. That's right. I'll come down the field and score a touchdown to cover for us.
He haunts my dreams. He really
does.
Not even a field goal. Right? It's weird. It's weird, especially.
I know they got guys hurt. I know they got offensive guys hurt.
Yeah.
This is just disrespectful. Not even a field goal.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, if it goes down, it goes down. But I'm on Tampa Bay. I'm on Tampa.
Okay, so Tampa, there you guys. Shop those lines. There are 2.5s for the majority of the books out there opening from that 1.5 mark. So get those bets in before it continues to move, because I'm with you, Higgs. I see them getting at least a touchdown win over the New England Patriots, who couldn't hold that lead. Next game here. We're going to talk this one first. I got to talk about this. The Chicago Bears yesterday, that drive down the field on Sunday Football with seconds left on the clock. I got up, I poured a drink, Higgs, thinking I had cashed my Cincinnati Bengals bet, laying the 2.5. And then I walked back into the TV room, and the Bears had driven down the field, got a touchdown, and won the game. Like, what the heck happened out there to my bet? I was just devastated with that.
I thought I was dead in the water when it was 40-38. I'm like, well, there goes my Cincy, because I had Cincy early at plus 1.5. I'm like, well, there we go. And then I get a text, like, I'm like, why isn't my phone going here? Yeah. And I'm in a group chat. Somebody's like, unbelievable, 47 points for the Bears. Like, or he put like over 80. I'm like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Like, what? And then I'm like, 47, 42. And I go, I'm looking at the box. I'm like, why are they throwing a 60-yard pass, the Bears, up with 50 seconds left? And then I just noticed that Cincinnati had taken the lead. Yeah. Like, I didn't realize they were in the lead. I was like, why are they throwing the ball here? Unbelievable.
It was.
Cincinnati, 1-4 when scoring 38 points the last couple of years I saw on Twitter. So they're 1-4 at 38 point mark. The rest of the NFL is 87, 6-2.
Woo! That's nuts.
When scoring 38.
Wow.
That's what somebody posted on Twitter. Now, I didn't go fact check that because that was a little bit before the show started. I was like, what? I saw it come up on my feed. And then, of course, you hit like post. And then, because that was from like hours ago when I just went to X from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. And then I can't find it. But listen, the Bengals got some serious defensive problems here. And the Bears are giving me problems here because they got an under 8.5. And here comes a giant team that looks terrible.
Yeah.
It's a Bears play for me here. I see 3.5, Joe. I'm not going to fall for, I got to take that hook there. Let's go. It's 3.5. You got to take it. This is the Bears win by 10. Let's be honest, Bears. You think you got a good quarterback. You think you're a good team. Beat a team with no starting running back. Beat a team that's lost its number one wide receiver. Beat a team that's defense is a mess. Let's see what you got. So it's Bears or nothing.
Yeah, Bears or nothing, you guys. Look for those 3.5s out there. Sports 411 has taken it up to a 4. That total opened at 45.5, now up to 48.5 across the board. Now, We're recording here on a Monday, you guys. We have not seen the Arizona Cardinals play yet versus the Dallas Cowboys. Currently, they will be slated at 4:05 Eastern to play Seattle. Now, they'll be on the road. The Seattle Seahawks are now a 7-point favorite across the books that do have these lines out. That total of 44.5 gone up to 45.5. Sam Darnold and the Seahawks look great on Sunday football. Do you think if the Cardinals come out and keep this competitive, though, that line will drop? Because I think if you like the Seahawks and the Cardinals do something, maybe on Monday Night Football, we'll see movement.
I was doing so last night during look at lines. I come in at halftime and do the lines, right? And I'm talking about this game. And my initial thought is we take Arizona here, right? Because, Seattle, everybody's watching Arizona in this destruction. But then you got the flip side of that is, well, Arizona's playing Monday night. How are they going to look? Are they, they either get beat up and they look bad, the line goes up, or they look good and the line comes down. Well, we've already got the movement from 6.5 to 7 because Seattle looks so good, right? And I don't want to even look at the fact that, well, it's a bad travel spot. Well, okay, Seattle to Washington is a hike for sure. But I think that's offset by the fact that Arizona is going to be playing on a Monday nighter. So they lose a Tuesday, like they're losing their Monday, Tuesday. So those kind of equal out. And then it comes down to, well, who's the better team here? And obviously Seattle just keeps winning. If you're going to give me a touchdown, and again, I think if this game's close tonight, it'll probably come down to 6.5, right? I don't expect it to jump up to a 7.5. I would lean to the dog, believe it or not, because I think people are just going to take Seattle at home. Boy, they're just that good. And the defense is very good. I think they'll just be leaning on them. Again, I've not used this one yet because it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I want to take the dog, but then I'm like, oh boy, this could get ugly here, right? I could see them, this could be like their game one against the Niners. Could be 17-6, something ugly. For me right now, I lean dog, but I'm hesitant. I'm a little wishy-washy about it. I'm not enamored with anything in this game. For me, it's all right. And there's some games you love, you want to be all over them. It could, I got a few of them this week. This is definitely not one of them.
Okay, you guys, if you are looking for Sean Higgs' best bets, you can head on over and get the Weekend Warrior. That will get you all of his plays in football for a Saturday and Sunday, as well as at no extra cost of Monday plays. So we're going over the early lines here. We've got like 4 more games to go over just quickly, Higgs. But again, these aren't official. This is where Higgs is looking at these early lines and where we think the value currently is, where we're going to see movement and what we're liking. Thus far here on a Monday, November 3rd. Hard to believe it is November 3rd, Higgs. But we've got the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders looked terrible versus the Seattle Seahawks in Sunday Night Football. They are up to an 8.5-point dog. This line opened at 3.5 for Detroit. Now an 8.5-point favorite. Wow. Is that too much overreaction here? That total sitting at 50.5.
Yeah, and I think it might be. I mean, listen, at 3 last night, I said, we're taking the Lions. We got revenge for the playoff loss. We're off a bad home loss. Washington looks like trash. They haven't looked good all year, Washington. Let's be honest. They've not looked good. They've had injuries. They've had just nonsense. Now you lose your quarterback, a bad injury. What the hell is the guy doing in the game? You're down 38-7. Not sure what you got this guy. He was already hurt. You've already had Mariota starting games. Not sure why you're leaving him in there. And this is why you wonder why guys take players out in the fourth quarter, blowout wins, or, you're thinking like, oh, why is Dak on the bench? I need him to get one more touchdown or something against Denver here. It's 44-17. Yeah. Hopefully I can get a garbage score here. This is why. Yeah. Crap happens. Do I want to lay a 10 here? Part of me wants to take Mariota here and the big dog, right? You're home, big dog. Mm-hmm. But I got to kind of question just not the hearts, but just everything and how they're feeling in Washington right now. The players like, oh man, this season's done. We just lost our quarterback, and it's bad injury. Like, are they in it emotionally, psychologically? This is teaser time. You want to take them and Buffalo are at 8. You want to bring them down to like a 2 or something. I guess I can't tell you to come in and lay 8 on the road, especially when I'm laying 3. I can't say, oh well, you go lay 9. I'm laying a 3. Sorry, this is again. You lose a quarterback to injury like that. What is the mindset?
Yeah.
What is the mindset? We're gonna win one for the Gipper.
Yeah.
Maybe I got the Gipper on the other side who prior to that bye week loss was like on a 69% run of NFL win percentage against the coach. He was 69% the guy. That's ridiculous in his 4 years of coaching. So again, lean Detroit, even, I don't want to say take it, but again, Washington's just a lost season and you can see the wheels falling off. That would not be shocked if they just totally it's a bad one. I don't know.
Yeah. Quick thing to note, you guys, the Detroit Lions in Week 11 Sunday Night Football do have the Philadelphia Eagles on deck after Week 10. And then one thing that I missed, Sean, the Denver Broncos do have Kansas City, another divisional matchup on deck for Week 11. That's an afternoon game. So a couple look ahead spots after this.
At least Denver's got the Thursday ahead of them. So they got a little time.
They do.
But you could definitely see a spot here for Detroit with Philly coming up next where, you know what, let's just get out of here. And this was my thought on the Kansas City game on Monday night versus Washington. They went up to a big fade because Mariota came in. Like, you think they get out to a fast start and then kind of that? Like, he's going to be playing a guy. He's playing a team that has a quarterback in there because the other guy broke his arm in a blowout, So you think, let's get in here, try to make a statement early, and then kind of second half let's run it downhill and get out of here. So, again, good point to bring up. Maybe you want to do a first half kind of look here with Detroit with that going on.
Yeah. Gotta love those first half looks. Okay, 3 more games to fly over. You guys, we're going to go through them pretty quick. The last afternoon game on Sunday for Week 10 is the LA Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. We are seeing the Niners a 3.5-point dog at home in this one. That total opening at 48.5, up to 50 on Hard Rock. There are 49.5 still, though, for a lot of these books. Anything here? The Rams coming off a big win. Can they roll into San Francisco, get another one?
I think they can. I haven't pulled the trigger on this one. You got San Fran coming back-to-back road games. They salvaged the one out in New Jersey there versus the Giants. But it's a big rivalry, these two coaches.
Big one.
I think the Rams are the better team. I haven't played it. Again, 3.5s. I see the 3.5s, and I just want to take the faves in those spots. 3.5, 7.5. I start licking my chops like, I'm going to go the other way than what everybody else is going to go.
Okay, I like it. And then Sunday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off the big win, take on the LA Chargers. The Chargers a 3-point favorite. And Sean, I can't get there with Joe Alt out of this lineup for the Chargers. They're going to struggle versus Pittsburgh's new alive defense. Defense looked great on Sunday. What are your thoughts?
I said the exact same thing last night, Joe. I'm looking at lines. I said, I got to look at the Steelers here. All goes down. You saw how terrible they were versus the Giants. You saw them stall out here in the second half versus these guys, or Herbert's like running the ball on 3rd and 1. Like, right? We have Watt come in here, cause some problems. Yeah. Steelers would be the only way to go for me right now. I haven't pulled it, but I do like Pittsburgh here.
Yeah, you guys, all the books are looking at 3s. That did open at 3.5. Mike Tomlin as a dog. Great spot there rolling into LA. And then a Monday Night Football game for Week 10 is the Philadelphia Eagles. So they do have 2 big primetime games over the next couple weeks. They're taking on the Green Bay Packers, who, wow, what happened to Jordan Love yesterday and co? They couldn't get a win at home in Lambeau. It's a line of 2.5 now. It opened at 3. They're now 2.5-point favorite, total 44.5. There are 45s out on Hard Rock.
Give me the Eagles. Of course this is going to come down from a 3. I took the Eagles. Why wouldn't I? I mean, you got Green Bay loses to Carolina. Yeah. They lose to the Browns. You gave up 40 points to Dallas on the road. Arizona had you early. This defense has some problems. And on the flip side, as Eagles have not played a good game all year, but you know what? They're an underdog in this one. So they can play another so-so kind of game and still come out with a cover here. And finally, we have some home field advantage. We got some playoff implications in this one. Like the Eagles want home field. They want to get back to Super Bowl. You better beat this team on the road, a team that definitely has cracks in it. So give me Philly here.
Yeah, I'm with you, Philly. You guys, that total sitting at 45 on some books, starting to move up from that 44.5. But thank you so much, Sean, for joining us here for the early lines on All Joe Madden. If you guys are looking for Sean Higgs's best bets, remember these are the early lines. But if you're looking for the best bets out there, where he's going to go with his money, make sure you head on over to picksandparlays.net. Grab his Weekend Warrior package for just $49. You can have those plays for Saturday and Sunday at no extra cost. He's going to throw in those Monday football picks as well. And then for the rest of 2025, because there's so many sports going on, you guys, grab his full package for the rest of the year for just $8.30 a day. But you guys, this was your early line report over here on Picks and Parlays. Hit that notification bell over here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe and hit the like and drop below what you're liking for week 10. Also, hitting that notification bell will get those videos, the free pick videos that come out here on the daily. You don't want to miss out on anything. And stay tuned for the rest of Sean Higgs's best bets. You guys, all the best in all your bets. Sean, absolutely keep crushing the books.
Thank you, Joe. Good luck, everybody.